I'm gonna review these clothes really quick. Awesome. Hello, Oxia. Welcome. Good stuff. Come back to that later today. So, how I want to do things today. All right, let's get to it. So we were working on getting this character clothing set up. I do. I can share that. Today we need to and we're going to go to the circle edit. This is where we're working on our clothing. There's not much to do about this chest spoik. Oh, there we go. Okay, keel. That's what it's called. Keel top. There we go. Okay. Hello, Arctic. So we're going to be doing some texturing to start. We need to fix the ring. Yeah, I already have that written down. Then we'll do this for it's 9. We're just going to do this till we're done with it because we're pretty close to being done with this clothing. Pretty darn close. Well, thank you, outside, and welcome to the server. Not super active in there, but I'm trying to get there. We'll do outfit 1 to start. Okay, so we want to add some shadowing to these little straps. But to do that, we're going to use a gradient shadow template. We're going to start with this one. We'll switch it to our other type of gradient. Like so. And then just make sure we're putting it on just the inside. There. And there, I suppose. I guess the cut's right there. But actually want, hey! Edric, Ivan, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hello, hello. I have a chest that follows me around now. Progress. Hey, I'm working in Udon Sharp, though, so that's pretty overwhelming. Luckily, my hubs as a programmer can actually help me out. Well, that's good. There is the node system for Udon I wasn't a really big fan of. There is Udon Sharp, which allows you to actually just type code. Interested in checking that out. I found that was a little bit easier for me because I just didn't. Man, I don't know. It's still kind of rough either way. So it's still a little rough either way. We're actually going to switch it back to the other gradient. Do a bit of that. Call this one strap top. Duplicate it, flip it, move it right here, but this balance will set back to 5. Stream was awesome. Thank you. I just had to follow his chat more. Oh, gotcha. Well, I appreciate your compliments, but the system was very confusing, and looking between nodes and code, there was so little code needed to achieve the same results, so decided to try it out. Good. Makes me appreciate geonodes, even though that's also convoluted a lot of the times. All right, there we go. Then we'll duplicate this one, call it strap bottom. Then move this over. Here. There we go. Nice little shadow on the inside of those. That looks good. Then we'll do another one for the shirt. A little bit lighter. I just want a little bit of shadow there. And then one on the collar. Nice. Okay. That should be all we need for outfit 1. That's a lie. We actually need to adjust the rings here. We need to go back to our baking version. And yeah, we'll probably just overwrite the latest version because I did foolishly apply the triangulate. Don't want the triangulate. Do not want the triangulate. Oh. What is this right here? Okay. Interesting. I thought that they were instancing this object here. Hmm. No, that's fine. That's fine. I want them to be on a different spot, so. Okay. Good. Um, should work. And then these are mapped now, but they do need a displace. There's a Baba Booey. Hello, Malaki. Sign that. Let's sign that. Let's do something like this. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're working on some clothing right now for this character, in kind of the final steps. So I'm excited. We're getting very close to done. Very close. My body's ready. All right, so let's export this. This is the cage. I guess this is stressful. Bit of both. It's just more of the time frame, trying to finish things quickly, is what makes it stressful. But it's kind of meditative in a way. Those should be metal. Beautiful. All right. So now we've updated our textures. Those should be good to go. Let's go ahead and export that. Anything we need to fix on the second outfit? Thank you. I certainly enjoy the work. Bit of an odd space. I've been doing this work for about 4 years now, making avatars for people. It's quite fun. I do enjoy it quite a bit. All messed up right there. This is intersecting. Hey, thank you for the follow, Malaki. Malachi? Malaki? Well, I appreciate you dropping it. Oh no, I hope I don't fall. Oh, I guess okay. That's works perfectly. Okay, good. Still clipping a little bit there, but that could be. Hmm. Why would it be different? Why would it be different? Malachi, but Mal for short, if you prefer. All right, I appreciate it, Mal. Okay, it doesn't look like anything's set there, but we still have a slight difference right here. Oh, I'm not going to overthink it too much. We're just going to get in there and pump it up a little bit. Hopefully that does what we want. Looks like we need a little bit more work anyway. Ah, this version is going to clip quite a bit, isn't it? Because this is the version from... Okay, that's fine. Let me think that through. Okay. We'll figure it out. So we notice that there is, this is actually a high poly artifact. This little crunchy bit right there. So let's turn this off, go here, look at these two, figure out what's going on right there. Something like that will be a little bit better. My strap go. Uh-oh. Should be a profile here. Okay. Did we lose that? Really? No, it's right here. Why does this say it doesn't have it? Something's wrong with my curve. Oh, definitely wasn't having this issue yesterday. Did I delete something on accident? Here we go. It says it's coming in as a mesh, but it's definitely not. Okay. I don't have any mirror on this. It's just the curve. Why doesn't the GeoNode like it anymore? Huh. I guess I could also always do mesh to curve right here. Man, that really defeats the purpose, huh? What if I delete this, duplicate this, feed it the duplicate? Still broken. Okay. So there's something about the curve it doesn't like anymore. Or it's not about the curve at all. Let's make a Bezier curve, and we'll give it this new Bezier, which is also broken. Okay, so it's not that that's the issue. It has to be profile curve. Can I switch it to something else? Maybe add another input for an object. Give it the same curve. Still missed it. But I'm not getting that error anymore. It's missing that profile curve actually. Unless this is a mesh. It is. Aha! There we go. Okay, there was a triangulate modifier on it. That's going to break it because it turns the curve into a mesh. All right, gotcha. All right. Where did we leave off? We're updating the high poly to fix the little crunchy part on the jacket. I think we can do a little bit better just by relaxing some of these curves here. Make them look nice and normalish. All right. Outfit 2 by poly. And outfit 2. Right. By poly. Painter, save. Go ahead and open up the second outfit in the texturing. Finish these two. So we want outfit 1 decals and outfit 2 decals. And then this is the spot that needs fixing. Mode bake. Still a little hole right there, actually. Cancel that. Let's go back here. What are we seeing? Is it the cage? Yes. Yes. Hard to see. I'm going to visualize this. I guess I just have to turn it off if we're making those tweaks. Okay. Okay, so that updated our cage, which looks real crunchy right there, but it should bake better, hopefully. So now, back to our exporter. We're going to re-export outfit to cage. Now that does look improved. I don't see a little gap that's appearing. Good. Oh, my eyeball. Ooh. Ooh, that's crunchy still. Leave me when I say. Hmm. What's it look like just the normal outfit to low poly? Huh. Huh. So. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that really does explain it. Let's take this. Shift tab. And do a little cut right here too. All right. UV map looks pretty good. I'm assuming the displace is also okay, but let's take a look. Do one more time. Export the exporter. Oh, that actually does require also an update to the main outfit as well. Do something like that. Yeah, that looks way better. Mode, bake, bake. All right, much cleaner. We're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, that's the good stuff. Okay. Now it's time to take all this stuff. The baking versions are now done. We have done it. Baking's done. Texturing pretty much done. What we want to do now is take our baking version. We're going to overwrite the main one. Because what we'd like to do is start getting these ready to put into the game. So we can take these, we can go ahead and delete these hierarchies. Turn on the low poly, we can actually delete the entire high poly collection. So we're just left with these two low poly groups. We can start putting everything back into here. We can delete this. Oh. See, we're very glad those didn't explode. The risk of those exploding was very real, but they look good. Okay. So now we can we can delete this little object. We don't need that anymore. Both of those. All right. Now let's turn on the base and one for each outfit. We just want to adjust it so it fits over the body. Just something we did a while ago, but we have to do, or yesterday, but we have to do again. Is the armature, they have a different hair for the, different armature for the hair? Interesting. It's an odd way to do it. In fact, instead of doing it that way, I will use the mesh filter to inflate these. Because they do need a little bit more space than I was initially giving. Okay, looks good. Outfit 2. And we'll just move this above the shirt. Bring back the jacket. Hello, Sally. We're giving you trouble, just joking. Your hair looked like that. All right. Hello, Sally. Welcome, welcome. How's your day going? And oops. And this one, and plate, mesh filter. All right. Looks pretty good. I think we got most of the outfit stuff going. Doing good and getting better at my craft. Hey, that's good to hear. It's always a good feeling. Right. The low poly, there should be no geonodes. I'm going to go ahead and parent with empty groups. Deselect the armature. Get rid of the triangulate on all of these, even though we're going to add it back in just a moment. Transfer the weights. Transfer the weights. Put the mirror back on this one. And then we will actually add the triangulate back to all of these. Alrighty. So now these should be rigged. The vertex groups. But I certainly don't see the arms moving. There we go. Oh, I see. I see what happened. I didn't use my full apply to all selected objects. So that's what happened there. Okay. So now all of these things should be moving with the body, and they are. Beautiful. We go ahead and start combining some of these things. So for this one, we'll apply the mirror. Then combine it with the pants. Rename these two pants. Make sure I didn't delete any keyframes for anything else. This one will be shirt. Bandana. There's another bandana object. And then the jacket. Okay. There shouldn't be any other object named bandana. We'll do the chain curve a little bit later. All right. Now for these, transfer the weights, parent to the armature, with empty groups. With empty groups. Awesome. Definitely some cleanup required, but off to the races. That's the twist. I think we don't want that, so we'll do that. Executive decision. Hello, Sujiyumi. Why can't it just be normal people on VR chat like before? I miss playing old Freestag and Murder 2. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Well, certainly it's because it got popular. The good and bad news of becoming a popular platform. You get the trolls. I would say look for groups, you know? I think just like going in or for an average experience now in VR chat's a little rough. But groups will help you find like-minded people. Clean up there. All right, that looks really good. Beautiful. But VRChat does seem to have gotten a little toxic in the last year or so. I'm not sure what's up with that. A little, well, I mean, it's still the internet. You always get a little bit. All right, let's see how the arms are doing. Pretty good. All right, I think that's rigged pretty well now. Now to ensure the rings don't bend, we're just going to copy this vertex group. Little trade secret there. Boom. All right. So outfit 1. Also, fine. Shorts. Most people talk now, I mean, always has been a bit, but it's a lot worse how it was 2017 to 2022. But mostly started happening when Quest 2 released. I don't like saying the kids are the problem, but to me, it seems like a lot of the kids are the ones who cause the toxic behavior. Yeah, definitely seems to be a kind of a common denominator. Oh, actually, let's just. That. All right. All right, those are all combined. Very good. Excuse me. Or just yeah. I think it's like their source trolling is their source of humor. I mean, I know there's people who definitely go into VR chat just with the intention of harassing people. Like pretty pretty lame. Oh, orange protogen. So there's so many trolling and I have to help people. I think you know, the groups feature seems to me like it should be it'll become more important over time as people kind of I think the public instances are very quickly losing their appeal and like having to kind of have to go out of your way to kind of filter your own experience. Like if you're okay with that, then okay. Like yeah. But I think for most people they don't want it. But hello, Orange. Welcome, welcome. Wish I could go back when the old freeze tag was popular. I'm sure there's probably a good group for it somewhere. But again, it unfortunately has kind of fallen to you just gotta kind of have to do that legwork yourself instead of just the average experience is not so good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save this, export these into Unity. I mean, a lot of them are busy here and there in a group that my friends made. Gotcha. These aren't the same material. Oh no, this one's locked. It should be the same material. All right, that looks really good. That looks really good. Ooh. So now we'd like to get some logos put together. All right. So first outfit looks good. Let's take the second one, drop it here. I really want to get the collar named correctly, so I'm going to close this and then reopen it. Hopefully I can rename this now. There we go. Same with the bandana. Oh, is there some other object called bandana in here? Bandana. No, why can't I name it? Bandana. It's annoying, but I am just purposely putting the spelling in there. Okay. Now we can overwrite the outfit 2. And so now both of these have an armature in there. I didn't update the one. All right, so now those can turn those on and off. And then we'll want to add an armature link as well, right here. And then our own set of toggles, which I will just copy this one. And paste as new. We'll do pants. Well, shirt. Pants, shirt, jacket. And bandana. Oh, come on. I hate when I click that. Did you want to open this up in Visual Studio? No? No, I really didn't. All right, so now we've got all our toggles set up. Hmm. Kind of the question is, I guess we want to know our performance. Straight to very poor. Because we're over on the count there. If I pull this out, we go down to poor. Still have too many bones. But that's... Well, I'm kind of confused. Would that be with the outfit? Because we do have an armature in here, but it's going to get removed when we use the BRC Fury combiner. £266. If I remove this, £148. Okay, well, it is adding bones, and it shouldn't be adding any bones, because when they get combined, it should go down. So we should actually be good. It should upload as medium, as long as it's just the bones that are over. Now with both outfits, it does push it to very poor because of the triangle count. Okay, so let's just double check, I suppose. Put this here. I see my stats on my avatars when I go to the website. No. Hmm. Right there. Extra bones will not count towards performance rank. All right, so we should be good. We should be able to keep the medium ranking and have these toggles. Awesome. Super good stuff. Excuse me. All right. So now let's get those decals set up. Actually, let's get rid of Gesture Manager. Let's save this. Let's drop down Tools, the Avatar 3 emulator, and we'll hit play. I would just like to see how everything interacts together. All these different gestures, all these different vice seams. Very cool. We should also now have clothing toggles. Now the difficulty is the body customization. These things do not work with the clothing at the moment. And all of it is in, of course, the FX controller. And it's a little sad. It'd be really nice to have a VRC Fury prefab for all of this, but I don't see one. Okay. Now we'll just focus on the decals. I'm going to save that. We go here. We have these chains. So we need to add the chains. Well, also we need to do the body texture. Chains. Okay. Here we're going to add a user 0 channel. Go to visualizing user 0. On the base, we can add it and make it dark. And on the very top, make a new layer. Which we'll call decal mask shirt t-shirt logo. And we'll go ahead and paint right here. Even if it's asymmetrical, I still just don't want it to tile anywhere, and I'd like the little bit of extra resolution. Yeah, because then it'll look crisp and sharp. I want that. All right, so that's the first decal. Export. Save. I'm going to go to the next outfit. And pretty much the exact same thing. Make a template flat at the top. We'll call it decal mask t-shirt logo. Save. Add a user 0 at the bottom. Add the mask at that. And paint with symmetry onto the chest. Something right about there. Okay, save. Export. All right. Then we go to Blender, and on our shirt here, we will make a. Actually, first, sorry. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. One. One second, everyone. Just have to look at some files really quick. More piss. I mean, Red Bull. Doesn't this look nasty? There's a reason no one pours their Red Bulls out. One second. All right. So we're going to get the logos set up right now. Okay. So these need to be in their own quadrants. We'll have one here. Then we need one more for actually stuff. There we go. This one. Perfect. It's a little gray. Let's make it brighter. And then for this one, we're also going to give it a layer style of stroke. And this will be black. I guess outside. Wish there was an option to somehow make it sharper on the outside. Okay. Just a little bit smaller. A little bit closer to what we have on the other shirt. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to export this into the clothing, textures, decals, this folder right here. So file, export. Did I not copy that path? And save as a PNG. All right, back to here. Back to Blender. First, we'll need to make sure our positioning is correct. So let's go ahead. We're going to export this one more time. No, just copy the path. Back to Blender. Go here, go to our material. So it's going to look really incorrect to start with, especially because we don't even have a second UV map yet. But now we've added that second UV map in it. We'll do. Turn off UV live unwrap. Perfect. Put it into this tiny little quadrant there. Grab the front of our shirt. View. We'll do view, project from view. And open that up. And outfit 1 is 9-inch nails. Maybe we unwrap it normally first. Yeah. That should work. Good stuff. Now we will go back to shading. We're going to copy this whole setup. Go to our other outfit. Delete this and paste it. Then make a second UV map on the shirt. Do the same thing with the UV map. Then take the front, boom to boom, unwrap it. Probably right about there. Okay. So that's a good start. Go ahead and export these again. Close O2. Close O1. Back to Unity. Nothing should change. But we can now select both of these. Go to decals. Add decal 1. Drop the decal image in here. And tell it to use UV1. But for outfit 1, this needs to be masked by our mask we made in here. Ah, that's right. We're exporting these into the wrong folder. Delete that. Go back to Substance Painter, File, Export. Go into one, select, and export. Save. All right, now we can go to outfit 1 again, open up our masks. Mask A goes here. Boom. For outfit 2, mask A is this one. Boom. Merge. And also merge. So adjust the decal image till alpha is transparency. Makes it blend a little bit better. There we go. We got our decals on that outfit. And our decals on this outfit. It looks good. Boom. Easy as easy. Good stuff. Okay. We're getting pretty close to done now. Got the decals in. Now we're going to do the one thing we're missing on our outfit. Looks like I deleted it on accident, or put it into hidden. No. Should delete that hierarchy as well. We're going to go back to the baking version. Go to outfit 1. Unit or non-export. It's one of these. There should be a curve on the outside of one of these, because if I look at the reference image, we have this chain texture on outfit 1. Okay. Definitely should be outfit 1. Oh. There it is. I'm gonna copy this, save it. Go back to our circle. Here, we have our chain curve. And we just want to edit it so that it's loading a little. Something like that. Now, we're going to go to GeoNodes. We're going to make a new one. We're going to call this chain. You know what? Yeah. No. Yeah, that should be fine. We don't need a GeoNode for this, actually. What we need instead is another curve, Bezier curve. So I joined a group of ancient VR people, and there's an event tomorrow. Let's hope I won't be busy. Hey, well, that's good to hear. I hope you you have a lot of enjoyment there. That's important stuff. Hello, Eventide. Welcome. Not much going on. We're making some chains right now. Yep, this one's actually... Where's my reference image? Looks like I closed it already. This image here. This chain is it's more of a circular singular link. I don't know what those types of chains are called, but it's not a dual chain. It's not one of those chains that interlocks and switches. So we don't actually need this. We can just do an extrude right here. That should be enough to make the chain texture. So do that, slap a mirror on it, should be golden there. All right. But yeah, not much going on even. Hope you're having a good day. Good start to your Tuesday. Hopefully you finally meet a bunch of lovely people, I hope. I think you will. I think you will. I mean, just going to find people that have a similar intention as you is important. A little sad VR chat's kind of been such a, I don't want to say a rough spot, but perhaps that's apt. So make a brand new Instamap project, an element graph, and we're going to save this into busy. I'll make a folder here, Instamap. Go in here. I'm going to call this busy. Okay. All right, save. So I asked to Sam, it kind of a really weird problem on Substance Bake, but I didn't want to post it to the Discord without asking. Might be rude. No, that's what the Discord's for. Go right ahead. There should be a creative advice channel, and I think that's kind of for creative development. Art share, creative advice, those would be the right place to put that question. But definitely not a problem. We'll make a circle. Actually, first we should identify the type of chain we want to make. So let's say rave chain belt. So it's something like this, but they're just these circular links. This one's kind of a blown up version of it, but I guess that's what we're looking for. They're kind of like an odd rectangle almost shape. Rave belt. Wait. Hoop chain? Chain types. I think this is kind of what we're looking for. Something like this. So they're just interlocked chains. Okay, I mean, that's pretty easy. So I'll take this, we're going to kind of squish it to the side. Then we're going to put this into an edge detection, which we can put onto a stroke. Make the stroke width a little bit bigger, right around there. And then we can do a tile scatter. We can pattern count. So we just switch this to 1 on the Y, and then we can turn up the X amount. Perhaps. There's got to be a better way to do this. Pattern. Or tile. Repeat. Place a non-square image into a square image while maintaining the aspect ratio. Resample. Auto tile. Tile unstructured. I don't know if that's it. That's kind of cool though. Interesting. Hmm. I guess I only need to move it over, right? That's all I really need to do. Oh, sorry, you posted it. Let me check. Crunchy square shadow appearing under the button. So for your baking, do you have a high poly object you're baking to? Because this isn't a reflection of your low poly. This is a baking. If you have a high poly version, it looks like you do because you're getting this kind of small crease there. So if you have a butt crease, like if you've sculpted a line on that, then you're going to get that normal, the divot. The reason it's kind of angular is because your low poly is angular. So, because when it's sampling, it samples in the direction of each face. So there's kind of the sampling itself can be kind of angular because it's sampling from the low poly position. Yeah, I mean, the process is fine. What you're expecting might be different. But yeah, I think it's either that or your cage is clipping through the butt. But is there a crease on your high poly sculpture? Did you sculpt in a crease? Because I would look at your high poly and see what is there. Because to me it looks like the baking process is fine. It's just showing you, it's just giving you what's in your high poly. Did the crease by hand. Then yeah, so if you don't want that crease, then I would remove it from your high poly. Now, how to make this blend? In like an over-under way. In all other curvatures, no other shadow appears. So if I'm in Substance, and I look at my normals, so the shadow to me looks like a normal map. Like, that's an artifact of your normal map. So to confirm if it's your bake, you can go into your view. So if you're in your view here, you have this view option, and the mesh maps are what's baked. I would look at your normal map, and most likely you're going to see a crease, kind of like this, that looks like this. So if you see it in your mesh map normal, then you know it's from your bake. If you don't want that shadow, then I would just again, just smooth it out. But it's more a matter of what kind of end result you want at this point. Now, if you want the crease, then then that's the crease you're getting. If you don't want the crease, then you should remove it. Ooh. And so we'll take this blur, and then we'll blend it. With this image. Just a little bit of opacity there. The crease form naturally as the mesh subdivides. You think I should smooth it even though it is there from the low poly? It's not really about what your mesh is doing. It's about the end result you want. If you don't want that crease, then you'll need to make some edits, right? So it's like, I think that a harsh crease on the butt is a little bit hard, especially if your character bends over. That crease is going to stay there. Usually you want the implication of like a little curvature or like crease, but you don't want it to be too harsh, because when the character starts bending and moving, that would it gets a little too detailed, or that detail stays. But again, the crunchiness, like the angular aspect of the shadow, this here, where it goes like this, it makes this harsh edge. That's your low poly. That's not your bake. That's not your high poly. These points here, those are from your low poly, because I mean that it just makes sense, right? That's literally the shape of, like, you can imagine the high poly mesh right there. Oops, I don't know what that is. Does that make sense? Like, you got your mesh here, the points are coming in like that, something like that. So yeah, but again, you probably still don't want to crease that sharp even on your bake, because the moment your character bends over, this crease, like you're going to have a crease when there shouldn't be when your character bends. It appears in a different place than the low poly is. That's what's got me confused. Let's see. And that pretty much looks right to me. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. And I can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 edges. So I think it's not and it is right here, right? It's that line. It's where your extrusion or inset happens along that edge. You know, you can see the right there. I think that's the same to me. I'm assuming you have a crease on your low poly, so when you subdivide, it gets sharp. Where was I? Right here. So I got a little chain link. And yeah, that should work. Okay. So this is what we want to do. The warp, transform, and the blend like this. But I think we'll want to actually have a bit more detail on our single link before we do that. Yeah, so we'll take this and we're going to add a gradient. Smooth butt. Not sure if subdividing that is the solution. You always manage a smooth, but with like 3 tries. So for me, I like the remesh modifier, but you can always edit your high poly. I mean, you can bake your subdivision out, right? You don't have to export with a subdivision. You can subdivide, duplicate, and then turn that into a separate object you're editing. And you can go in and sculpt it, make any edits you want. But again, the angular aspect, that won't go away. The crease, the shadow, can go away, but the angular sharp angles, that's a reflection of you just putting an image on an angular object, aka your low poly. So it depends on what issue you're trying to solve. That's just too complicated. Let's just do. Do I want to do a blur? Yeah. Yeah, I will actually do the blend again. Blur it even more. A nice curvature. And we'll just do that. Just this nice sharp ring. And we'll do Do you still play VRChat here and there? Not as much anymore. Unless you count making things. So shadow coming from the high. So you gotta try and make it disappear from there, is what you're saying. They're a very time-consuming bargain. Thank you very much, Sam. We're gonna fix that. Time now. Yeah, I think it's probably specifically your normal map that's really strong. So yeah, I think I would just take your subdivided one, smooth it a little bit, put it back into your bake. But yeah, I don't spend much time in VR chat. I do spend a bit more time in Resonite though. I'm really enjoying my time there because you can just do a lot of really interesting stuff in there. Resonite 9 is made by the person who made NeoSPR, right? I heard some bad things happened between the owner and co-owner. Yeah, the basically one of the owners wanted to make it a like NFT land, and the other one didn't. And the one that didn't ended up making Resonite. Just default, I guess. Why is it still adding together? This should be a pretty strong default. Density. Normal color. Okay, so I don't want a gradient. I just straight up want a box. I should try it someday. It's really interesting. Um, I don't know if Resonite's going to be like the thing. I would be happy if it eventually becomes the metaverse. Um, but what they're doing, the things you can do in the software, to me that feels like the future, where you can just literally make things with your friends right then and there, and change the worlds while you're in them, do all sorts of things like that. That really feels like the future to me. Um, it's fascinating, to be honest. uh, it's a little confusing. I want to make them one side of the ring go over the other side of the ring. That's a pretty tricky challenge. How do I do that? Yeah, it definitely feels like when you're in it, you're like, this is actually what VR should be like. There's no other VR stuff I've tried where you're in it and you're just like, wow, this is actually the future. And then like VR chat feels like feels like Roblox or any other game. Resonite feels like you are actually doing things you couldn't do otherwise. So I want to be able to blend these together, one over the other. Which is still fun for me. It depends on the people I meet. Yeah, for me, I really am a creator at heart, so I really go into things with the intention to like make things or play or kind of do more dynamic experiences. But for the social aspect, I think VR chat absolutely wins because they have a community. Resonite's still super small. Like if you're doing it just for the social aspect, uh, it's definitely uh, tough because there's just nothing. Nothing yet. Okay, I see how to do it. So I do this, put the opacity mask here, so it goes over. Okay, now this is a lot simpler. I don't need this box at all. Well, I do want this box, but not yet. I want this. Resonate VRC is for socializing, Resonite is mostly for creatives at the moment. VR chat was only for creators at the start too. You need the creators have to come first. Otherwise there's nothing to do. Resonite might get big someday, most likely when VR gets a lot more popular. I have a feeling for now, what I'm super excited about with Resonite is doing Dungeons and Dragons and role playing and stuff in it. Definitely my passion, where I want to take a lot of my projects, but it'll be a while till it gets there. Be a while. Okay, so I want to put the ring over these ones. The ring should go over this, over these two. So in order to do that, we want to blend with this one, this mask right there. So now it goes over. Then we want a version where it goes under. In order to do that, we need this one. So we blend these. So we go here, we take this one, that's the mask. This one goes over, and this one goes under. Okay. Then we do one more blend where we use this one. So we blend here and under, over. Cool. Now we've got chain link that's actually going over under. Cool. I know Sam has gone down this rant before, and I agree it's not hard. Not that hard if you come from a creative background. You can take things from other worlds and copy into your inventory, though. It's pretty cool. I know. VR Chat said they're going to be doing that for about 10 years now. I really wish they had some sort of item system. Or even just a world. Like, fuck, it's so cool to be able to be like, hey, I'm going to get with my friends and we're going to make our own world. In real time. Without having to wait on anything or exit it. They lied to us. They're just uncoordinated. They also said they'd have a marketplace 10 years ago. So that one I'm a little bit more upset with. Should be a transparent background here. Why is it not? There we go. So now we've got our chain. More creators make more game world. Absolutely. Better enjoy Res Night now before the kitties invade it, though. I mean, that's going to happen either way. I think you just got to get your shields up. Get that ban ready. Get the mute and block handy. One more creators make game worlds. Those are game worlds that are like old ones. I want the old ones to come back. Should make adult ranks, teenage ranks, and kid rank to these games, honestly. I don't disagree. They should at least allow world creators to set an age limit on their worlds. It would just be that simple. Like it could literally be that simple. Like they don't have to moderate anything. Just let the users decide. I mean, you still have to moderate stuff, but hey, Killer Yay 69. Thank you for the single bit. Welcome. No way to introduce age verification in a manner that isn't shady or risky. Games are already age restricted. Doesn't stop 5-year-olds playing 18 plus games. Not wrong. No questions will invade Rezo though. Too taxing. You'd be surprised. Adding a rank system, showing ID and stuff like that. The age verification question is insanely hard to answer. How do you do without scanning IRL? Hey, thank you for 9 bits. Scan IRL ID and avoid getting hacked. I think the groups feature is probably the best interim solution, which is just like interesting. Just let people decide, you know? Don't trust random game makers with my sensitive ID information, 100%. And block and kick, I think that people should exercise that a little bit more liberally, you know? Just like a lot of times the moment someone says something stupid to me, I ban in VR chat. In VR chat in particular, because it's like that's not what I'm there for. I'm not there to convince someone not to be an asshole. Like that's not my job. You get that. There are ways to find out a way. There's always a way to fix it. It's certainly more complicated than that because, again, I think just like Arctic is saying, it's like people, you know, people. I certainly, when I was in high school, was buying games that were 18 plus, or I guess not adult oriented games, but like mature games, Halo, things like that, things that are like technically you shouldn't, according to the eyes of the law, you can't buy, but you can buy. Like I seen 14-year-old not to drink in a bar where the beer is free and all darts are given away. Yeah, there you go. I understand why people don't use mute or block option more. I think of the children question always gets the chat going. Step 4 is not my job to parent other people's kids, and you can't fix that by feeding all your sensitive information to corpos. Certainly, I think that at the end of the day, the responsibility goes to the parents. Halo's matured. If you don't want your kids seeing those things, don't give them the ability to use games like you should know what your kids are playing. You wouldn't buy them like responsibility starts with the parents. Starts and ends with the parents, really. All you do is be liberal with blocks and kicks. Just eat the youths. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of the time which worlds are going to be swamped with trolls. Like you just gotta be ready to get out of there. It should be good. Well, I do want the ambient occlusion too. Sure, that'll work. Disincentivize going to the public worlds, though. But again, I definitely don't disagree. That's not necessarily a age restriction problem. That's like a VR chat culture problem. Like if VR chat as a company wants a different culture, then they have to be active in it. But so far, they're just hands off and let it be a free for all. Like they don't guide the culture or the community in any way. They're just hands off. Good luck. Like if that I really think that they are right that age restriction is a huge problem, but in terms of like the troll communities and people who just actively harass, like there's big groups for that. There's people that they're just very hands off in that way because a lot of them are part of those groups. Like VR chat hires people who are in VR chat, and it's a little circuitous. The thing is, parents don't want to look at their kid all day, so they get them something to distract them. The parents have no idea what they do. I mean, their parents do have an idea what they're doing. Their kid's sitting there screaming the N-word for 20 hours a day. Like, they know what their kid's doing. They're just lazy. They're sitting there like, oh, little Jimmy over there. He's just very active in his imagination. VRC is already age restricted. IRC doesn't stop speakers getting on, not response to parent kids that are running wild. Yeah, it certainly doesn't come down to the users. It's either something that VR chat as a company has to decide to do, either by. This is so dark right there. Yeah, they've got some options. I think that really they should be a little more hands-on in creating the types of events that foster a better community and doing things that again just foster a better community. I mean, other games don't have quite that same issue, do they? I need to go to here. Calling out scammers. They did try to do an Only Kids Insta and Only Kids YouTube, and both failed horrifically, though. Calling out scammers. When I was little, I was running wild on construction sites, having cutouts to make bows, arrows, sword shields, trying not to die for falling rebar. Youth today don't even know how to live anymore. There's was an easy way to fix it, like a rank system in some way. I can even understand not wanting to give you an idea game. Well, again, I think groups are that. Personally, you know, groups are that. It's just voluntary. I think that's probably how it should be. You know, don't forget creeps for kids. Run around frozen rivers in winter, try not to drown the ice kids away. Used to run in the woods around my house all day. I'm personally really looking forward to, VR chats for VR, obviously. It'll be really cool once we get some really good mixed reality, and I'm excited for that. Because it'd be cool to go out and like meet up with people that are creating things and part of the community, like IRL. I wouldn't be surprised if you, in large cities, you could put together a VR chat meetup, IRL meetup, pretty easily. There should be some transparency there. That's because I gave it the wrong texture. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. They look a little thin. I'm surprised by that. That does look a little thin to me. Oh, I want to pop my neck. Mixed reality happens 0.001 once later. Hey kids, have you heard of Pokemon Go? Or at least I would love to see more things like that. I would love to do like virtual airsofting or something. Oh, another 30 minutes and then it's lunchtime for me. A little bit smaller than I thought. Really a fan of that. Export again. All right, that looks a little, just a little thicker. Would be really good. Can I double the edge in detection? So if I go ahead, this is plugged into so many things. I will do a reroute really quick. And then we'll just do another. Or we drop it in again. That's a little much. But we can do another one and then blend it with itself with a linear dodge. Yeah, now we get an extra thick chain. Extra thick. Like that. Cool. Just need AR to not get lost on my way to the grocery store while hunting me some mods. Yeah, okay, much better. Much better. Let's take this, take these, and we're just gonna, you know what, I'm just gonna duplicate them and flip them, and then export. Then go back to the chain and set this to back. Okay. All right, that looks good. Maybe a little bit shinier, a little less gray. Overall, though, I'm enjoying it. Okay, let's just make sure they hook up to these spots there. So we're going to go to shading. We're going to click our stuff here. I'm going to go Control Shift T. Going to look for our main set of textures for outfit 1, albedo, normal. We'll just do that for now. I did that on the wrong material. Invert the color of the roughness. All right, so there's our clothes. Didn't really need to do all that, but it was fun. Okay. What's wrong? I don't know why the transmission just never works on the principled one. Never ever works. Okay, that's okay. Good. Now we will actually redo the weights. Mirror it. Duplicate, flip, mesh it, bind it. All right. Awesome. Now let's fix the shirt. That looks really good, honestly. Oh, oh. Let's sit down. All right, another 20 minutes. Alrighty. So we've got the decal set up. We said the chain texture. Now we need to update the body texture. So for that, we're actually going to go to our, we can close this, and then we can close this. There's a PSD file. That's the PSD files. I want All right, not super helpful. I thought there was a substance file. Did I purchase it? Yes. Swear there was a. Yeah, here we go. Substance. Whoa. Interesting. I wouldn't have expected it to be all one, for all of these to be in one file. Fascinating. Okay. Let's save it. All right. So we need to edit this base to look like this one. So we're going to go with this. We're going to have a, you see, white, black color combo. So the base layer will be black. Down here. Let's switch this to 2048 while we're previewing things. Okay. Then the primary fur color will be white. That's not bad. Let's do 0.95 for that. Ugh. Okay. Excuse me. And then bean pads are white, claws are red. I don't see any bean pads. There's gotta be. Yeah. I guess there's not. Or there are? Are these separate? It's not a separate mesh. No way, no how. Totally and completely totally new 3x1 sub technique. Well, these ones are all hand painted. Well, I guess no, these are baked textures here, or baked normals. But But my guess is they have a baker in one substance file, and then this one is just purely for ease of painting. And all the hair is black with white stripes. Ooh. Ooh. That's all the different hairs there. That's not your files. The person that did that one just uploaded all three with the same UV into subs and see how they colored, both joined and exploded. No, so this is sort of. This is a Sergals are like a closed species in the furry community. There's a lot of very popular types of furries, types of characters. So they have created one that you can purchase here. So it's got a lot of sales, probably 600 downloads, which if you do the math there is pretty insane. 600 times 30. Anyway, so that's this base that they offer, but a lot of people use it and want to customize it. So they've created this substance file to easily create variations, and that's what it's for. But no, this is an edit that I'm doing. So this is I'm editing editing this for the client. Just pink coming from. Oh, wait. Thought I changed that. There we go. There we go. So when you export that file, just contain one set of UVs. It's not superposing three copies of itself on top of each other. Correct. So it's the same mesh, or it is the same mesh, just posed differently with the same UVs. And so painting the shoulder on one paints the shoulder on the other. It's just posed so you can see things like this character has the breasts. It's the female version. So being able to paint the body in that shape to ensure that it's working properly. But so let's see. If I go here. I think this is a useful technique for allowing other people to come into your project and make changes. I think it's very useful. Um, in terms of just like a standard workflow, like this is built for the people downstream. So if I was making a file that I knew a bunch of other people were going to use, then I would want to make something like this because it's value added for my uh, clients or people that are going to use my work. And we're going to go back and probably do a lot of little edits for making fur and stuff. This character does have fur. These are just other maps. Okay, I see. So I'd want to edit this one. Add a paint here. And then if I went in and painted it, we could paint out the fur. Okay, so that's how we're going to do it. This layer, we'll call this Ezzy fur paint. Hello, Soph. Welcome. Welcome. We're about to do some painting. Though I may save that for after lunch. We're very close to finishing this character. But how's your day going? Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a little edit for the Sergal base for a client. How much do you typically charge for amazing creation? Oh, thank you. So for a completely from scratch avatar, that would be about $1,000. So from the ground up. For something that I'm doing right here, like if just adding clothing, really depends on the nature of the edits you're looking for. Because I did not make this avatar here. I'm just making a variation for my client. Because they want a custom version of this character. But that really just depends on the nature of the work, because there can be a lot of variation there. What you want, what's possible, etc. Personally, I do prefer doing a purely from scratch work. That's kind of my preference. It's great. A lot of people price low, and I'm glad you understand the value of your work. Well, thank you, Saf. I appreciate that. It definitely has been a while to get to this point. I started doing this kind of work about 4 years ago, and I didn't really know much Blender then. So I feel like we're kind of entering a new era, so to speak. So many furs. It takes a lot of furs to get to this level. Yeah, I'm at 120 avatars in my account. Almost all of those are commissions, so I've been grinding. In fact, this arm does not even have. So it actually would go down. Here. Saving, saving, saving. I'm going to turn off the other materials for now. Curious, as a world creator myself, I came from art. Do you have any background art? Yes. Yes. So I did go to school for painting. I specifically wanted to do concept art for video games and stuff. So, but I did go to college for painting. Learned a lot of life drawing and stuff, but took one 3D art class and learned the rest afterwards. After college, when I realized that I always knew I wanted to do games. That was kind of my North Star, if you will, when it came to what I wanted to do. So VR was always like a big calling to me, and very, very excited when VR chat came out and all the other things like that. And it's just gotten way bigger since then. Just VR chat and VR in general. Not as big as people initially thought when VR was getting big. There was a lot of hype probably about 10 years ago. And that kind of really fell apart as VR struggled to kind of find its place. But I ended up learning how to make stuff in VR chat during that time. Okay, artist, I see. How long do you see yourself doing this? But then I took that one 3D class on the magical summer. That's when it all changed for me. How long to do this? Interesting. I would keep doing this indefinitely. I don't have a time limit for this kind of work. Really just depends on if it remains profitable. I really do think, for better or worse, a lot of people have very mixed opinions on this, but I do think that AI is really going to change a lot of what entertainment looks like, what digital entertainment looks like over the next few years. So I'm kind of just waiting to see where that goes, because for better or worse, I do think it's here to stay. Should make that kind of brush pattern credit to paint those fur banana curves. I'm going to take our jobs. I did make this little crescent brush, actually. Oh, it's kind of one of my little time savers. Also, hello, Magnus. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. I'll be going on lunch in just a moment. But for now, we'll try to get a lot of this painting done. Yeah. Long term, what I'd really like to do is grow what I'm doing into like a studio with like a lot of so I can do like bigger and bigger projects, video games. I have a lot of thoughts about like what kind of things you could do in VR that I'm really interested in exploring, like D&D, things like that. I really think there's a lot of potential value there um, that is kind of unrealized that companies are kind of sitting on or not taking advantage of, um, not exploring actively. And I'll be sharing a lot of that on stream. But I kind of hope to just keep doing bigger and bigger projects. I don't know if I'll do just avatars forever, but I want to do more. I love that. I love your work. Thank you. I ain't too into furries, but I can really admire a great artist designer. Thank you. I appreciate that. I always come back because your work ethic is something I admire. Thanks. Thanks. The the streaming is necessary because my attention span suffers. I it's my hack. It's my brain hack. uh, I've always kind of been a little ADD, and when you're working alone in a room, kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. Um, let's turn up the spacing or turn down the spacing. Boot. It got that boot. Yeah. X Grand Glance Sam, goddamn good day, man. Well, I'd love to check out your work sometime, so do you have like a link to your worlds or anything? I don't think I've seen any of your worlds yet. We're gonna redo this part right here. Bring that down a little more. Should kind of cut in just a little. It's not easy. I have a friend that has it, and I see their struggles. Oh, has ADD. Gotcha. So I know how hard self-discipline can be. Oh yeah, you've seen my worlds before. Okay, that's what I thought. I'll have to check them out again. Oh, wow. It's hard to navigate with this many meshes in here. Well, beautiful. And it goes just like down to here. Well, all right. So this page is hard to navigate on the default settings. It really is. I think just it's like kind of a contextual rotate and zoom. It seems to get like locked onto objects or stuck on them or something. I don't know. Just unexpected. What material is that? Is that the hands and feet. Yeah, feet. Hands. All right, y'all. It is noon my time, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to take lunch. For anyone that is new here or unfamiliar, I do stream twice a day, so I will be back soon. I'm just gonna go get my run in, eat some food. But thank you all for hanging out. It's been really fun hanging out with everyone. I will stop. Thank you, and I hope everyone's having a great day so far. We're being productive. We're almost done with this avatar. Also, here's the custom clothing that we've been making as well. I know some people just joined, so I'm going to show it off real quick. We have one outfit here, and then we've got another outfit right here. Super pumped. Coming together nicely. So we're excited. But I said that without showing my screen. Okay, you make that run in VRC and make it a daily workout on the channel. That's fair. I don't want to wear a headset when I'm sweating though. But here's the outfit right here. One of them is the first outfit, and then the other outfit. Wow, they're coming out well, coming out super good. So super excited. And we just need to get that custom paint onto the character, and we're pretty much good to go. Good to go. Got to get some peak 80 gem for that. All right, y'all. Thank you all for hanging out. See you all very soon. Bye, Even. Bye, Saw. Bye, everyone that's lurking. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Catch you very, very soon. And Arctic, hope you're having a good one. Suji, just reviewing. Top Cat, thank you all for hanging out. Hope you're all having an amazing day. See you soon. Bye. Bye. Bye, Even.